It's winning time. Survivor, Season 27, Episode 10. Y'all, first and foremost, before I get into this actual review, I would like to say that I'm sorry about it being a late review. I've been working and really busy with life and whatever as of late. Like, yeah, just be like that sometimes. If you don't know how it is, you will find out soon enough. Or you've already experienced it, whatever it may be. We move on. I'm here now. You already know. And if you don't know, you're about to find out. This review, there's so much to talk about. So much to talk about. But I first like to state two things. Number one, we in this Survivor series. Now, I've never been a huge fan of Survivor. Okay, I don't know the ins and outs of the game, so a lot of this stuff is slightly new to me. And I say slightly because I used to watch the show Endurance, and another topic for another day. Amazing show. I wish it was still on. At least it had. Wish it had a couple more seasons, but it's besides the point. Anyways, this season, it seems like this game is shifted into its third phase. And what do I mean by that? I'll explain that in a little bit. Second thing is, did y'all notice, like, they kept focusing on the different animals? Like, I saw the snake several times, and they even saw that. I mean, the octopus, it was beautiful. I mean, we saw lizards. I mean, they always do a beautiful job of focusing on the environment, getting them shots, and on the animals. But I thought it was exceptional in this episode. Now, back to the point about third phase. Now, the first phase was most of the game so far, okay? The two tribes, even when they did the switch, it was still the same game. And then Redemption Island and all that. But once they hit the merger, it was the second phase of the game. Now everybody is now starting to play for themselves, and like this episode, we hit that. We saw the transition, and now after this, this tribal council, it's all every man for himself kind of stuff. Even though there's still the alliance, it's every man for himself. So it's beautiful. It's that real survival, okay? And that's just excellent. As y'all can see, I'm happy about this episode. And we start off this episode, and Tina, Vetus, ours coming up into place. And once again, this challenge, it's an above average challenge. It's not the most difficult challenge, but it's a very technical challenge. That's what makes it difficult. I mean, this was very good. I mean, we see Katie's thoughts. She realizes her position in the game, and she realizes she's on the brink of being gone. She sees it's her or Monica at this moment, which that's what everybody was getting to feel. So we see this with this challenge, and it was a great competition. I mean, Tina got off to a phenomenal start. Vetus, he got off to a slow, like a turtle pace start. But that evaporated quickly. Tina was right, and Vetus caught right up. Ours was right behind him, right? But ours was struggling the whole time. Tina seemed like she was going to get it, then she screwed up. She had to do it all over again. Then Vetus came in there. Vetus alive, no surprise. And then ours is still strong, but Tina finds a way to get back up in there. Tina pulls it out. All right. So I'll be real, I was happy to see ours go. It was his time to go. It was his time to go. But the way he went out, like he's saying no hard feelings, everything, I applaud that. I greatly applaud that. Now, with all that being said, ours is the first one on the jury. I don't know that much about Survivor and the ins and outs. I told y'all that. So I don't know exactly what all that means. Y'all can comment and tell me if you so desire, or I'll just watch and wait and see what's happening with that. But yeah, because when I saw Survivor, I usually saw the early episodes. Okay, usually the two tribes and whatever. Maybe a merger episode, maybe. But this gonna be very interesting. Now we're moving on, and this episode mainly focused on the relationship between Ciera and Laura, and daughter and mother. And there was, it's been hinted at this whole season, but it's really was explored in depth in this episode. And I won't go through the whole thing. If you watch the episode, you understand it. Like the role reversal's been talked about several times, but it was really hit on. And now we see Ciera I applaud Ciera so greatly. Like, this episode, she shot up. Okay, she really shot up, and I think she has a legit shot at winning. She has a legit shot at winning because of her resolve in this episode. She's like, Mom, I love you and everything, but I've got to play this game. And then the emotions of Laura Ann talking about being a mother and talking about the game and seeing her daughter grow up. It was just great, man. It was just excellent. Like, yo, this is some real life stuff. This goes beyond the game of survival. See, these people aren't just caught up in the game. This is some real life, real talk stuff. And I loved it. I really did love it. Ciera, mad props for me this episode. I mean, honestly, you really understand what it is about. Look, especially considering your mom's done played before. At this point, you got to make the tough decisions. There's only a few of y'all left. There's 8 at this point. Excluding those 2 that survived the Redemption Island. Oh, and I must also mention that Vetus won, since he won the challenge, he gave the clue to Katie. Okay, so maybe some plays out later. We shall see. Anyways, so moving on from that, Katie, she does the searching. Laura M tails her. That was some kind of funny stuff. It was, no lie. That was kind of funny. It was tickets, so Katie had to go. Of course, Katie and yo, Ciera with the gameplay, with the mind games with Katie too weak. Ciera, y'all saw that. That was excellently done by Ciera. But Ciera is playing to win, and that's what I'm talking about. She's a second person. Like, let's see, those who are really, really playing to win, I mean, really focus on winning at this point, is y'all know my dog Hayden. Y'all know my other dog, Tyson. And now Ciera's in the mix. I'm talking about uber trying to win. That what they talk about and what they focus on is winning and nothing else. Period. They gonna do what they have to do. And Tyson's even playing a bad wolf, he says. The big bad wolf. He got to do what he had to do, be the bad player. But he is trying to win, period. He's making deals. And so the shift, the focus is, and he's like, we can leave Katie around. But that power duo, that couple duo between that mother and daughter, Ciera, even though Ciera says she's about that life, and so does Laura M. He don't trust it. He says that's going to, later in the game, that's going to come. Because it's 2 votes. 2 votes. And that's going to be key and powerful. See, Vetus understands the game. Not Vetus. Tyson understands the game very well. Vetus does as well, but Tyson really understands the game very well. So he's like, Laura's got to go. She's got to go. I mean, and they reminded me, she's been voted, off to Redemption Island before, so she may survive. We don't know, but that's what they're focused on, right? And so they're like, and Tyson's like, he's talking to the alliance of Caleb and Hayden. And they're like, all right, well, cool, we might go with it. It sounds good. Well, whatever, dude. It's good. And then, the conversation Ciera had with Tyson was very interesting. Ciera, now we're seeing 2 gameplays really go at it. So, it makes you wonder. But then she talked to, was it Katie or then her mom trying to say, talk all this and trying to say, Katie trying to convince. And she did try to throw it out there to convince Katie. Jervis is like, what's the call to Tyson? Because Tyson's the leader at this point. Their hands down, that's just what it is. He's the leader of the alliance. Tyson's like, yeah, gotta go with Lauren. Gotta get her out of here. But Caleb even later says, he's like, yo, Katie. So we see some dissension among the ranks. We see the alliance is about to crumble. Because Caleb's like, Katie's a threat. She wins that immunity or she finds that idol. People still don't know at this point that Tyson has the idol. That's going to come into play sooner or later, obviously. Probably within the next couple episodes. Either this next one or the next one after that. Because I have a feeling at least somebody's going to try to target Tyson. They're going to try to dethrone him. They're going to say he's too dangerous or whatever. But, so Monica, she's still, Monica, Tyson told Monica's all cool. So she's back in line. So her target, the bull's eyes off her back. It's between Katie and Laura. And we get to the challenge. And yeah, once again, a brutal challenge. Like, honestly, do y'all realize how brutal that challenge is? That hanging on a rope, just hanging there on the edge or something? That's crazy. That's crazy. And I knew the bigger and more muscular guys were out. Hayden was gone. Then Caleb was gone. Then Jervis also, he's gone. And so, and then we see the less grips. Laura and Ciera, they're gone. So what we're left with doggone Tyson versus Monica. And I'm like, nah, don't tell me Monica is gonna do this again. like Tyson. I'm thinking then Monica was struggling because Tyson was struggling with that Monica. They're like, maybe Tyson can pull out. No, Monica wins again. 2 W's, 2 victories in the immunity challenge. Y'all, she is a major threat now. 2 individual victories in the immunity challenge. She's a major threat, a huge threat at this point. She's dangerous. She's more dangerous than anybody was expecting. I know, at least to me anyway. And so, y'all, okay. So she would, if they had any thoughts of Monica, it's gone. So now it's definitely between Katie and Laura M. And there was a lot of great dialogue in the well, not a lot, but some very good dialogue in the tribal council. And you know, before that though, there were some very heartwarming moments. I told y'all about the relationship that really touched. But what really touched my heart, I mean, people was talking about winning. You know, like the dog hated. You know, Laura or whatever. Laura M and Ciera, it's a very hard one. But that Monica gave them all the food, and Caleb said, right, it might be a political move as well, but it's a motherly instinct. That really was heart touching. That really actually touched my heart. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was great, man. That was really great to see. And that's once again, and what she said, they're my family out here. That was, yo, Monica, you get some points from me. You get some respect from me. You do. About you. But, you know, as far as the game, I don't necessarily like you as a player. You're good, you know, you're good at challenges, but I don't necessarily like you as a player. Because you be paranoid and whatnot. But, like, other than that, she seems to be generally a good person. So I like that. I like that about her. That was really cool. Saying she don't need it, she needed it at home. Immunity is what she wanted. She gave it to the rest of them. I mean, it was a lot of food. So she sacrificed it. Everybody was grateful for that. I mean, it was really nice to see. Because you understand, this cutthroat is for $1 million, but she's like, forget all that for this moment. You know what I'm saying? So it was really nice to see. Because these people have been out here for 20-some days, 26 days or so, 27 days, and are hungry. Really cool, really cool. I much appreciated the humanity of that gesture. And so we moved to tribal council. And Laura was trying to talk. She said some mad stuff, like some mad good stuff. Like she's talking about, you know, in the gameplay and everything. Everybody's talking, you know, saying the usual, the good usual. But who really said the most important stuff? You know, Katie and her, you know, vying. They're trying to fight for their position on the island. But what really was catching me, Caleb said 2 huge things. He talked about how with Katie, you know, what he said about Katie was huge. But what really caught my ear was when he talked about the level. He reminded us once again of the levels of this. Okay, he talked about how there's a couple. Then he talked about how Redemption Island. Then he talked about how the two former tribes, they're apparently still 4 Galong and 4 original 4 Galong, 4 Tahara. I'm like, really? It didn't even register in my mind. I guess because, you know, all the switch up, it didn't click. But then he also talked about the male female. There was, I believe, 4 males, 4 females. So there was a complexity to this. And the way they were talking, I'm like, yeah, Katie gonna get axed. But no, that ain't how. Laura gone. She's gone. Straight up. I think Katie got 1. I think Laura voted her. Everybody else, at least at this show, 5 votes. Laura M. And you know, actually this time, I don't feel bad. Even though, y'all know, if you've seen my videos, my reviews, Laura is one of my favorites. Besides Tyson and Hayden. But, you know, it was the right play. And the fact that Ciera even voted out of mom tells you the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is simply this. What was the threat? She had to go. For simple game purposes. You can't, there's no getting away around it. Ciera understands the game. Laura knows that. You know what I'm saying? She's a player, she knows that. She gonna try to work and fight on Redemption Island way. Because at the end of the day, only one person can win this $1 million. Only one person can be the sole survivor. So at the end of the day, moves have to be made. Cuts have to happen. And that's just the nature of the game, the nature of the beast. So the unexpected one to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me y'all thoughts on this episode. I thought it was very good. You know, obviously I don't give ratings like I do in my other reviews because Survivor's different. You know, it's actually relatively reality TV. I mean, reality, not that crap that they call reality TV. But anyways, yeah, tell me y'all thoughts. Tell me y'all thoughts on the growth of Ciera. You know, tell me who some of y'all favorite players are. Tell me what y'all thought about the challenges, what y'all liked about this episode, and yeah, obviously I can't wait to see next episode. And hopefully my next review will be out relatively on time. But Thanksgiving's coming, so I don't even know what's about to happen this week. But yeah, man, have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace. Till next time.